Well, I'm back in the Make It Happen studio, and I'm really excited to be joined by Michele Collison. Good morning, Michele.
Good morning, Ali. Nice to be here.
Good to see you. First of all, let me ask you to start with a bit of your story.
Absolutely. I'm originally from South Africa, although it feels like I've lived outside of South Africa longer than I lived in South Africa. I moved to the UK initially and then lived in Switzerland for a couple of years. I then lived in California for about 11 years and have now been in Spain for the past 4. I'm a business owner. I run a business called Mindshift Theory, which together with my life and business partner, Ricardo, we set up in about 2020. Initially, the focus of the business was on creating journals for kids because of our own focus on raising kids with a growth mindset. But we have, in the past few years, added more and more products for all ages and all stages. In addition to that, I am also now a published author, which I never in my life thought I would say, but it was after I had a retinal detachment experience back in 2022 that I decided to write a book about my experience because it really is, I think, something that everyone needs to know. Retinal detachment is not something that is widely known. So I'm hoping just to spread the news and share what people should do if they know someone or if something this happens to them. There is urgent action that needs to be taken. And yeah, so that's why I wrote the book. So that's me.
Brilliant. Good. And you found your zone of genius, obviously, through life experiences, really, haven't you? So can you give us a brief overview of the topic you're going to be talking about without giving too much away?
Yeah, and I love this term zone of genius because it refers to the thing that makes you unique, right? Or the thing that you do better than anyone else. And it feels to me that it took me forever to figure out my own zone of genius. And I don't know if it was my retinal detachment journey or menopause or just aging. But I've come to realize that the thing that makes me uniquely me is being me, like it's as simple as that. And that concept applies to absolutely everyone. So it is, it's really my life's mission now to raise the well-being of 1 million people before I turn 50, to let them realize that exact same thing. And so my talk is kind of focused on this. It is called Start Before You're Ready, because I feel in most cases we're always waiting until we're ready or until we're prepared enough or until we have everything in place to start, whether it's running a business or changing jobs or moving countries or whatever it is. We're always waiting for things to fall in place. And this stops us from moving forward. It stops us from embracing everything that life has to offer. And I talk about this in the talk. I talk about our self-imposed obstacles, things like limiting beliefs or imposter syndrome, and yeah, how these hold us back, and how finding, like you say, finding your own zone of genius is really what can help you overcome these.
Yeah, really looking forward to your talk. I think what you've shared there, they're both linked, aren't they? Because we often look for things out there when actually they're in here. So they're not out there, they're in here. And even that, the timing of launching your business, you know, done is better than perfect. It's good to actually experience that you've actually started, even if it isn't, that small step can make a huge difference, even if it, you know, isn't exactly as you'd want it. So I'm really looking forward to your talk. What does the phrase "make it happen by being you" mean to you?
It's so interesting because sometimes I feel like "make it happen by being you" could have just been another title for my talk, because it's just about tapping into the superpower that is you, right? Once you tap into that, you make everything happen.
And do you have any specific thoughts on equality for women? Obviously, you've come from a very different background to quite a lot of the women that will be at the conference. So be interesting to hear your thoughts on equality for women.
Yeah, I often think of myself as an activist for all underrepresented groups. And although I do believe that we've come a long way in raising equality for women, there always seems to be so much more to do. It's like we haven't yet reached the point that we need to be. But I think it's important to point out the difference between equality and equity, where equality means giving everyone the same opportunities. Equity means recognizing that everybody or every group of people or all different groups of people have a different starting point, and actually different opportunities are needed to raise everyone up to the same level or have everyone eventually get to the same outcome. Anyway, that's what I feel like I'm working on. I'm working on bridging the equity gap. And that is why I love the focus that we have on Women's Day, the focus on recognizing the achievements of women around the world and in all sectors of life. And we need more days. We need more Women's Days. Yeah. So, yeah, very excited.
Yeah. Well, we're very excited to have you. And I'm really excited for the whole event. It's going to be amazing. So if you haven't booked your ticket yet, please do so. 7th of March at Theo Mijas in La Cala de Mijas. We've got women coming internationally. So it's not just going to be a local event. There's going to be women coming from all over the globe to join us. And it starts at 9:30 in the morning. The night before, I've just announced a cocktail party, so a networking event where you can come along and meet the speakers. If you can't come to the conference, you're still welcome to come along to the networking event. And I look forward to seeing you and to seeing Michele again there.
Excited to see you there.
Thanks, Michele. Bye for now.